King, you got double feedback there, bro. Oh, he did.
Yo, 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 what's going on, miners? And my windows are all messed up. We got Hawk and Yashnik here.
Oh my god.
Look at that. I'm pulling a Hawk now. I gotta.
Why is everything jacked up?
I don't know why. You know how it is. Technical difficulties. Fixing everybody on the fly here. What is going on, everybody? We have a special guest with us tonight. You know, some of you guys may or may not know this person, but he's been around the community for a very long time. Please welcome our guest, Yashnik.
AKA
hello.
Yashi Water.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks for joining us, man, especially on such short notice.
You're desperate and we have to get Yashnik on the damn stream.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. We love you.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what's going on, Yashnik? How is it over there up in Canada?
It's getting cool. Very cool.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
Whether it's
nice.
good for mining. Sucks that the entire market is gone.
Yeah, that's a sad part of it. Usually it's great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this would be a great time to turn everything on, get everything running, but guess not. You know, what are you gonna do? So
It is what it is, yeah.
it is what it is.
So Yashnik, for those of our viewers who maybe don't know you, maybe you could tell a little bit about yourself. Is when did you get into crypto mining, and what attracted you to it? Like, what made you take the leap and start mining?
Oh, well, I started in very early 2018 well, maybe late 2017, right before the big crash. I started looking into crypto. I was just learning about BTC and Ethereum, and that was it basically. And I put some money into it. Wasn't mining at all, and then the market crashed. And so it didn't. It didn't stir. It didn't stir me off. I still believed in the technology. I learned enough that I continue on, and then that's when I bought some hardware and started mining. Yeah.
So, what was your first mining rig, and what cards did you buy?
That's a funny story, actually. I worked at an accounting firm, and one of the partners had a broken iPhone screen, and so my one of my cousins, he was talking about, yeah, this guy's good because I've heard about the stories, whatever. I went and visited this guy's shop, walked in, and I looked to the right, and he's got a rack, right, a steel rack on wheels, full of these motherboards and power supplies and GPUs just all over the place. Like, what is that? It's like, oh, I'm mining Bitcoin. So I'm like, okay. And you're mining, what is that? He's like, I'll show you. And he brings up a screen of nice hash. Like, okay. Long story short, the guy went on to see his kids in Texas, and for whatever reason, his rigs weren't mining. I don't know what, nice hack or whatever. His rigs were still mining, but weren't mining. So he got back 3 months later to get a huge hydro bill and 0 coins. And that's when he decided to sell everything. So I got a really good deal on some 1070s at the time. It was 6-card rig, power supply, motherboard, everything for like $1,000 Canadian. It was cheap.
So like, that's like $500 US then, right?
Yeah, $200, whatever.
So, I'm just giving you a hard time. For those of you who may not know, Yashnik, he's on the other side of the border. He's our Canadian friend who hangs up. He hangs out with Rabid Mining and Red Panda. So,
well, don't tell Red Panda that.
We won't okay. Yeah. We won't say that Red Panda associates with him. Sorry, I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah. So, anyways, I bought that rig, brought it home, first time. Everything was on Linux. Never even played with Linux ever in my life. Got some help, did it, got it going, and I started mining Aeon. Aeon was Canadian, from Toronto, not far from me. I looked into it. Anyways, it's the next ETH killer, blah, 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 like everything. So anyways, I started that. Anyways, long story short, bought more mining equipment, got really into it, and this is where I am now.
Nice.
So what got you involved? Sorry, King. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to jump a little forward here. Now you're involved on a pool for Aeon. How did you get into that?
Well, because that's what I started mining. That's what I was concentrated on. I got involved with the Telegram community, with the Discord community. I became an admin on those channels, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I started a pool and, supported network.
Nice.
And I still do to this day.
Nice. How long have you been running the pool for?
It's going to be 5. Well, actually, hold on. Let me do some math. It's been 4 years plus.
Nice, man. Very impressive. Do you want to maybe tell everybody who may or may not know about this out there in the crowd? I'll let you do the announcement, and then I'll show the window here.
Oh, the poker tournament.
Yeah, and my other window's messed up. So
Yes.
hold on. Yep, there we go.
Well, real quick, Yashnik, what's the pool for Aeon? People in the chat want to know so they can switch to it.
Sure. Aeonpool.tech. The best pool.
Yeah,
always will be.
Aeonpool.tech. I'm going to put the link in the description, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll put that in there.
Yep, they do mining there as well as staking, right, Yashnik?
That is right. You can, all the instructions are there on the website. The links are there. You can mine your Aeon and then stake it using our pool or whatever pool you want.
Nice. Awesome. So yeah,
although there's only a few options now.
Right.
So this is going to cover Yashnik a little bit, but this is so I just don't cover up everything else. So it's okay. We do this to him all the time. We're just doing a little troll. So go ahead, Yashnik. Here it goes. You go ahead and tell him about the Aeon poker tournament.
All right. So, long story short, will be the 7th tourney that I put together, just for the Aeon community. But it's bigger than that. It's getting miners together. It's not really about Aeon. That's always been my thing. Yeah, the 7th one. I mean, the first one. We had guys like Savage Mine. Like he was a big part of that to get things running. Rest in peace, brother. But yeah, anyways, it's coming up in October 15th, 3 p.m. Eastern. You just need to follow the Google Docs and get yourself part of the club. I'll accept your invitation, and then you register for the tournament on October 1st, which is coming up this weekend. And then, the tournament goes live on the 15th, and it's just really fun. All these YouTubers get together. We all go on live stream together, and everyone just watches us. And
make sure you guys show up.
That's playing.
Make sure you guys show up because I suck at poker, and I'm gonna lose. So if you want to see me lose, make sure you be there.
Yeah. I'm okay at it. I'm not that great, so.
I know the trolls are gonna be there and be like, I can't believe he folded. Wow, look at the hand that he had.
No, it's fun. It's a great time. I mean, you guys can check it out. Yeah. It's always been on DC Adventures live stream. They host it for me every time, and you can look at the past tournaments. Just check it out on YouTube. It's just a really good time.
Well, and
it's free to enter. By the way, it's free to enter. And then it's real prizes in crypto and other things like GPU Risers they donated a whole bunch of prizes. Just check it out. It's all there.
Nice. So it's good. It's 100% free, right, Yashnik? Just to confirm that.
100%.
Nice.
That's correct.
So look, just giving back to the community, man. That's just what's so great about the mining community. Everybody just comes together, man. It's amazing. We definitely appreciate you. Putting this poker tournament together. I'm sure everybody appreciates it, Yashnik.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. It's all about bringing people together, man.
So let's get into what do you think about the new Meow coin?
Meow coin?
Oh God, here we go.
I figured I'd ask him. It's been the talk of the town a little bit lately.
Yeah, okay, that's getting off the right side or left side, sorry. Well, yeah, I heard about Meow Coin, and I understand what the principle of it is, but I don't understand how it works with blockchain.
Are you mining it or supporting it right now, or buying any of it?
No.
All right. What?
Because I don't understand it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get that. Like you don't know nothing about it. So, what projects right now in the bear market catches your eye then? What catches the eye of Yashnik here?
in this bear market right now?
Yeah.
There's really, I don't know. It depends, depends where you live, depends on your electricity rate, depends on a lot of things.
I'm
Depends
saying
on.
I was saying it from just a project standpoint, not from mining, but just from a project standpoint.
To be honest, I've been shutting off my rigs just recently,
Okay.
so I can't say I'm really supporting on the GPU side. If you ask me on the CPU side, I have a different story.
No, right. Any project that you're interested in, CPU mining or GPU mining or whatever.
Right now, I would say like Darrow is something I'm supporting
Okay.
heavily.
I know that's a very popular CPU coin.
Yeah. No, I think if you look into it, I mean, it's got very good potential. That's what I'm concentrating on. On the GPU side, like I said, it doesn't favor me right now. Our electricity rates are higher. Well, they're pretty high. So, you know.
So we know that you let's see. We know you started in 2018. How big is your GPU and CPU collection? Like how big is it and how far does it span?
Oh, it's all in house. I mean,
Okay. No, I
let's
mean
put
a lot of
an
us.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah. And an example on a GPU side, it's like the equivalent of a gigahash
Okay.
on ETH, let's say.
Yeah, right. That's still a good amount. Yeah.
Yeah, it's decent
And
for
how
what I do.
many CPU mining rigs do you got?
And well, pretty much the equivalent on the CPU side.
Okay.
So
You're kind of 50/50 then.
yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. And I got some chia. In there. Chia.
Oh man, I gave up on that.
I know.
I gave up
I
on
know. But I'm a sucker for punishment.
I know.
And and so back in the day, I'm like, okay, well, I got GPUs and now I got CPUs actually, obviously GPUs, and then went on this Chia rant thing, and I went on board with that. Whatever, we'll see. And CPU now, so I got at least 3 spectrums of the mining world. Let's put it. Oh, if you want to count helium, that's another one, but we can talk about that later.
You mean this thing?
Yeah, I got a few here and there.
The glorified Raspberry Pi.
Not many, but I don't know. You never know.
Yeah. So let's talk about Nioxa and some of their announcements that they've had of late, right? So they've had I did a piece on it. How do you feel about Nioxa? They're partnering with Flux Labs, but they also in that announcement stated that they're going to be only going up to 15% on their proof of game, and it won't be doing their traditional. They were going to transition from proof of work to proof of game, but obviously I think that maybe that the writing's on the wall that their games aren't on the blockchain, so there's no way to secure it with proof of game. So how do you feel about Nioxa and some of the announcements they've had lately?
I mean, you just put it straight up, like their proof of game is what was it before? They went down to 15. Was it before?
It was 10 to start with. And then 5% to developers, and then the rest is going to mining right now. And then they stated that they're only going to be going up to 15% max for proof of game, and it'll never change moving forward from 2023.
It will never change moving forward.
Well, it says it says forward from this point. So that's how it reads. So
is that like 15 proof of game, 5% developers, and then the rest is mining?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's how do you develop? What they support? What Rust? What's the other game? Minecraft. I think GT.
They're going to GTA 5. That's not out yet,
GTA
but
which, by the way, me and King downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5 last night. And we're trying to, I'm just curious as to how they're going to incorporate this whole thing. There's so many servers. the role play thing. Like, I'm very, very curious, but like, it's
We're
not like
not-
the regular. Yeah, it's like I remember like Vice City when you used to
Yeah.
like if you wanted to steal a car, you open the door, you got in, and you left. Now you got to hot wire the thing, and you got to
Oh,
sit
really?
there and try to time it. Oh my god, I'm just thinking it's so integrated, and I'm just wondering how it's going to be incorporated because, um, the way that they have it set up. Well, I mean, maybe it was the server that we were on, King, which was a little messed up, but
Yeah,
I'm just
it was.
curious, man. Like,
half the graphics didn't load, and we were just walking on thin air like half the time. So
I was like, what the heck is wrong with this thing? And then like
and then he
I
crashed.
died.
And he crashed the car. He lived, and it ejected me out the windshield, and I died. And
I was
So-
like, and
so
then,
you're
and then
telling
you're
me-
down for like 6 minutes. Like, and it's like it just got boring really fast.
yeah,
I don't know.
So you're telling me I can't just jump in a car anymore?
no,
No, you jump in the car and then you have to
it's
you have to hold down H, right? And then you have
Oh
to
my
time
God.
it on the screen to get to like you have to stop the bar at a specific area.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
that sucks.
There's a couple of bars. It's not just one bar. It's like 2 or 3 bars, depending upon
Right.
the difficulty of like, are you stealing a minivan, or are you stealing like an exotic car, right? Because obviously the exotic car, it's going to move really fast, and the little acceptable range will be very small. I mean, I had to try to steal the van, this crappy old like Chevy van, like 3 times, and I didn't even get it. It was really
See,
hard.
that would put me off. But getting back to point as far as like Nioxa and what they're trying to do, I mean, these are games that are not on the blockchain, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's like a layer on top of it. Let's put it that way.
Right, it's more like proof of play, and they're managing
Yeah.
the actions that people do, and then they're just paying people out. So
I mean, it's nice.
Yeah,
I mean, you're getting paid to play games,
right. Yeah,
essentially.
the one
But
thing
it's not on the blockchain. Like, it's really not on the blockchain.
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Like, how are they going to? I know how they incorporated Rust, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be something like that. Like it's a role play server though, so I'm very curious as to how they're going to do it, but I guess we'll find out.
What we're really getting into though is that Nioxa aimed to actually please gamers over time. Their whole goal was to give gamers more incentive than to give the miners eventually, right? The mining was only supposed to be in the first 2 years was supposed to get the most rewards, and then by years 3 and 4, it would be the gamers getting the most rewards, and now it's not. So that'll be interesting moving forward. And here we go. We got RPM in the house here. We got RPM. We got
Panda.
I was waiting for those guys to say that. So I mean, for some of these, maybe some new people in here who are just kind of getting on and stuff like that.
Hadouken. Sorry,
I'm not doing the Hadouken anymore.
Come on,
Chump,
do the Hadouken.
Chump already has it on his Go XLR. You should have done the same. All right.
I have to save it. I just been lazy.
I love you, Pen.
Yeah, we had to get Yashnik, Panda, because somebody didn't want to come on the live stream with us.
Yeah.
Oh
So this is what we got.
Oh my God!
What?
I think he's You want to switch spots?
I'm just kidding. It's so funny. He's like, "What is Yashnik doing on here?" He's like, why?
what's the one piece? This is, and I'm really wondering what he's gonna say here, because you just got to know Yashnik. But what's the one piece of advice that you would give to new miners, Yashnik?
Don't do it. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Brand new. Is there any brand new miners?
This is the whole premise of the show. So we do a lot of interviews, we ask questions, but it's a place for people who are new to mining to come here, and we bring in people outside of ourselves. Obviously,
well, you know what? I think
the new miners.
Yeah, you know what I think though. I mean, just crypto's being more and more popular these days, right? And in my industry, because I am an IT guy and I deal with a lot of people, So there's different people in my own company that I talk with, and they're like asking me questions because we had this thing from our HR department where they asked what's the people's interest, and I put blockchain. That's all I put, and I got these messages from different departments, different styles of life, and everything. And they're like, "Hey, I mine." Like, really?
Yeah.
And they're pretty much noobs. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. We converse and talk about how the state of mining is at this point. It's interesting. And
I'm s-
obviously, we're
in
in a very
in the
weird spot.
in all of that. I still have not heard a piece of advice yet. If someone came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm a new miner. I need a piece of advice," what are you going to say to them? I
Do
had
you
to.
have free electricity?
I'm just trolling
That's
Yashnik a
number
little
one.
bit.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
number one question. I don't know, one of them, one of the top three.
All right.
You know, are you spending money to get into mining? And how much? What's your electricity costs? Where do you live? Things like that.
Okay, very good. Is there any piece of advice that you can give to them when it comes to troubleshooting their rigs? Like maybe something you've acquired over the years that you're like, man, if this happens, I know to do this, or something
Um,
that you do that maybe other people don't do. You know what
well,
I mean?
when I first started, I mean, I used SATA risers.
Oh, you use SATA on your risers, really?
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
SATA?
SATA?
I didn't know better. I mean, SATA. Yeah, SATA risers instead of you
Okay.
know power plugins.
Did that I'm assuming that caused you some issues down the road?
Not quite. I got lucky.
Okay.
But other people I've seen did not get so lucky. I used to be
Right.
on Brandon Coin's channel for a long time, and
Okay.
I've seen some fires. Another one is, and I've lived this, is not to use a power meter, to see how much power you're pulling off the wall, and leave it plugged in with your rigs on it. Um,
I
'Cause
would
that I did have a meltdown.
Yeah, I would say if anybody hasn't checked out, I think Brandon Coin did a video this year or towards sometime maybe the year before, but he had one of the cheap like Amazon ones, like it's like white and it's like, it's like this big and then you just plug it into the wall itself. It's like just
Right,
a cheap piece of
same thing.
plastic. Yeah, and he plugged it in. Now, if you're going to do your own meter box, you need to make sure that you build it to spec. I actually sent a very nice one to our Canadian friend here.
Yes, you did, and it's beautiful. But it's not the same thing.
No,
What I
yeah,
mean is, it's just to see what the power draw. And the funny thing is, I was using it for like 2 years, no problem. And all of a sudden, it just wanted to go.
yeah,
It melted like
yeah,
into the outlet and everything.
yeah. And you don't know, like when you use those cheap kind of Amazon ones, you don't know when they're gonna go. Right? It could be when you're
Yeah.
sleeping. It could be when you're at work,
Oh yeah.
or
Luckily,
when you're not at
I was
home.
on a call,
Right?
and I saw it happen. It was weird. But yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't buy anything from Amazon, guys. I had a splitter that went bad, and I have a short on it where it like burned up, and thank God I caught it. I was standing right. I've been lucky. Like everything that has gone wrong, knock on wood, I've been around the catch. So, but got to be careful when you buy these cheap things, man. It's just, it's nerve wracking.
That's not what they're made for at all, right? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's
it's just like I don't
fine.
think they were made to handle the load, like and
Oh,
um,
I mean, it's fine if you're gonna, plug it in for, let's say, a day and you're at
well,
home and
right,
you're
right, yeah,
watching
yeah, it's
things.
different. That's
That's
different.
fine.
But I mean, yeah, if you're using to test something, I think it should be fine. Not technical advice, but yeah, just I don't know.
For me,
Just
I was,
gotta be
it
careful.
became normal. I was a noob on that level, and just, that's what I used, so I can check it every time I walk by the, whatever room. It's like, oh, okay, it's probably not much.
Ozzy Bogan Tech said every 24 hours a sniff test for me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do that when I do that before I leave. I walk
Yeah.
around. I'm like,
Yeah,
nothing burning.
that's
You know,
the couple rigs I have left here that aren't over at Hawk's place. I do that too still. So it's like the before I leave the house and then before I go to bed. So just something I check all the wires and I check what I can see and stuff like that, just to make sure. You know what I mean? It takes 2 seconds just to make sure everything looks good. So gives you a little bit of peace of mind.
so just to let everybody know, everybody knows, and I'm just going to step off subject here for a second. Everybody knows that the um, Hurricane Ian is coming to Florida. So if you are watching this and you have rigs, if you haven't got my email yet, just to let everybody know, I am going to power down the facility.
What?
I'm going to shut up, King. I'm going to close
Better
the
not turn
door,
my rigs off.
batten down the hatches, and make sure that we don't have any issues. All the rigs are off the ground, so they're pretty high off the ground. So God forbid there's a flood. Everybody's stuff should be okay.
I need to relocate my rigs now. You turning me off?
Yeah, I'm turning you off. Your bill is due. Past due, actually.
Oh, you can get out of here with that.
And so if you guys like knew the truth, it would just, you would know that it's not even remotely close to being past due. But
so anything else you want to tell us about this crypto scene? Is this similar to the crypto winter that you experienced, or is this just totally different because miners have lost Ethereum? I feel like everybody was just so complacent, right, with Ethereum. Like everyone's like, oh man, I'm gonna buy these rigs. This is how much hash rate I'm getting. I'm just gonna mine ETH, right? That's what everybody did, right? So
I mean, well, the main competition was ETH, right? Like it was just ETH, and every other algo was trying to chase ETH. So, there's a lot of hash rate bouncing back and forth, but ETH was always number one. You have close calls and all this, but now, I mean, since it's been proof of stake, as you can see, and we're going into a bear market at the same time, and other things. The economy is not what it used to be, so it's all these things at the same time that's hitting us front and right center.
Well,
so it's hard to gauge, right now.
Yeah. Is there any of those coins that you think that will maybe rise to the top? Maybe not even one coin will do it. Maybe they'll be like neck and neck, right? Like what 3 coins in the next bull run? And I'm not even saying like they have to like get up to hundreds of dollars, right? What 3 coins for us GPU miners do you think are going to do well?
I mean, Flux is one of them for sure. You have Virgo and Conceal. They're up there. There's long support for each of those coins for a long time. I mean, then there's others. I mean, it's all about following those projects and make sure that there's development in GitHub. You check out GitHub, make sure that there's commits. As long as you do that and you support that network, I mean, GPU mining will live on. Maybe we're going through just some phase like we've done before. This one's just weird, but we'll see. Okay. Nobody knows.
It's amazing you see like everything in just negative numbers. It's insane, man. I mean, I put a 3070 at 10 cents at, let's see, where was it? Profitability for 24 hours on what to mine. And my God, it's just like brutal. Like 14, 19, it's just insane.
And pre-merge to ETH, I mean, like we weren't making much profits for a long time.
You got Aeon. Aeon is up here in the top 10. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it hits number 1 on a daily.
Yashnik, you have a question from the crowd from S. Chang. He wants to know, where do you think crypto is going, and for new development? I think I might have misunderstood his question. It was a little jumbled up.
He said,
Where does the special guest think where crypto is going? And new projects maybe. I'm not
no,
sure.
new development. What do you think? Where do you think cryptocurrency is going, Yashnik? And do you see any new developments happening?
Yeah, I mean, my whole premise when I started into this crypto venture, let's call it this journey, it was all about the future of finance
Right.
and how the power goes back to the people and not by the governments. There's many different projects that do different things. There's projects I still support that can change their way of supply chains or uh, medical or things like that that can better the people, right? So there's those things are still there. It's not all about money, but obviously the tokens are there. That's cryptocurrency. So I keep certain projects, I keep certain tokens, thinking that someday it's going to blow. It's going to blow off because of that technology.
Okay, yeah.
It's not.
So, if I'm a huge Flux advocate, so you already know what I'm gonna ask you here. So, do you think that with proof of useful work and some of the other things that they plan on doing, do you think that's a good project? You know what I mean? Like they're actually gonna be able to implement these things, and I think it's actually gonna better people. So I think it has exactly kind of what you said right there. Maybe do you agree with that or no?
I mean, it depends. I mean, Flux is growing really big, really fast. So I'm not quite sure what their end goal is here. But it has major potential. Obviously, it's not on just a GPU mining aspect, but there's different projects they're looking into and stuff like that. For me right now, I run nodes and
Okay.
stuff like that,
You
but
you run Flux nodes?
I do.
How what nodes do you have and how many?
I just want just a Nimbus node.
Oh, very nice, impressive.
It's not all mine. I just split with a buddy of mine.
That's still good, man. Nice.
Yeah.
We have a question in the crowd here from Georgie. He says, "Does Yashnik
What's up,
believe?"
Jordy?
He says, "Does Yashnik believe in Aeon as a project because he didn't list it as one of his top three proof of work GPU coins? He was just curious why you didn't choose Aeon."
Well, Aeon. Well, at the very beginning, they're the No-G coin. It's 2017. It's gonna be the next ETH killer. They had this interoperability mechanism in place, which looked great. I can go on and on, but what happened with them is they just split off too much. Is what I mean. They went from the Aeon network to the OAN. One thing they really did well is what's called Unity consensus, where when they went from proof of work only to proof of work and proof of stake, which is to me is still the true hybrid mechanism. And to be honest with you, I think ETH should have went that way. I've been to many conferences where there's ETH devs involved, and they liked it, and they never took it. But anyways, it just splintered off, and eventually, well, in my opinion, they said, enough of this. There's too much competition. You had Solana, you had Cardano, you had all these other blockchains pushing, and they said, yeah, we're not going to win. So they splintered off, and it's now just a community-run project. And there's a bounty program for devs to get involved. You get paid with your even just ideas, and to just onboard devs. And we're not
Okay.
seeing any devs coming. So there's too much out there.
Well, sorry to hear that. Aeon.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, Aeon is a cool
And now
project.
we're post merge now, so anything can happen.
Yeah. All right, Hawk. You look like you're getting bored there, man. You go ahead and change and start asking some questions here. I don't want you falling asleep on me.
You want me
If you
to
want
get
to-
hyped up?
Oh,
we
man.
got no music. Like, I love Yashnik, but geez, I'm just
This guy.
I'm just kidding.
He's so used
I
to
don't
hanging
know.
out with DJ.
Yeah, man. Like, we gotta put some music on or something. I gotta wake up. I need a cup of coffee. Like, this root beer is not cutting it.
Oh, the hurricane's coming. I'll wake you up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
just go
hurricane.
go
Yeah.
stand
Listen,
outside.
listen, I don't know if there's any true Floridians in the chat right now, but if there is, we know anything under a Cat 3, we go to work. So that's just how that goes. We're so used to it. Like, I didn't even board up my house. I'm not boarding up the windows because it's not by the time where it's going to come to us, it's going to be nothing. So anything under a Cat 3 is pretty much a normal day or an isolated storm here in Florida. But I don't know.
Isn't it going to be like a Cat 4?
It's supposed to land a Cat 4 on the west coast of the state. I'm on the east coast, but the storm is 3 times the size of the state. So, by the time it lands, I mean, it's not going to be. So sometimes the outer bands of a hurricane the winds are sometimes more stronger than near the eye at times. Not all the time. Not a meteorologist, but yeah. So. I don't think the cone has actually moved a little bit east, but I'm like right on the cusp of the cone now. But listen, it's not, guys. I've been through really bad storms. This is not going to be, this is not going to be a big deal. So the insurance is good. I made sure. I am definitely a Jim Cantori fan, Magic Lucky. I love Jim Cantori. He's the only Guido who follows hurricanes. I love it. So we did have some tornadoes, and Sunflower Mama saying we had tornadoes in Lauderdale this evening. Yeah, we did. We are still under tornado warning, but listen.
You don't have to worry about storm surge, do you?
No. So the warehouse, we're lucky here at the warehouse. The warehouse is actually built up. And this is a concrete building with a metal roof. We're good. We have a new roof. I got insurance up the wazoo for everybody, so if something happens, we're going to be good. But I don't think so. Slick Nick says, Hawk, what if your power company flies away? Good. Maybe another one will fly in with cheaper rates. Oh, my God. But that's the good thing. I mean, Georgie says the east side of a hurricane in the U.S. can result in prevailing winds causing tornadoes. Yes, it does get violent on the outer bands a little bit. That's what we're a little worried about. But hey, listen, man, it's what we pay insurance for. And I was talking to my mom about our family business, and I'm like, "Are we gonna board up?" She goes, "Nah, it's not even gonna be a Cat 3 over here." I'm like, "But what if something happens?" My mom goes, "Go, let them take it, let it fly away." Go ahead. She goes, it's insured, but I think Serpent is on the West Coast, I believe, or closer to the West Coast. So let's all, say some prayers. Hopefully he and his family are going to remain safe. He's, I believe, close to it. So, we should be fine. A lot of us here are used to it. We'll see what happens. But it's been what, 15 years since Florida actually got hit with a real hurricane. And this is probably the first real hurricane since like 2005 when we had the back-to-back and then we had Katrina. So it is what it is, man. Everybody will stay safe. Just, sometimes the power doesn't even really go out either anymore. They've gotten so advanced with underground lines here and stuff that it's not bad. Irma wasn't ERT. Ted said Irma. Irma wasn't really that bad. It skated past us, so I didn't really get to feel Irma. Black Cat Crypto says, "Hawk Crypto Money. My girlfriend's brother is near Fort Lauderdale, and he has some trees down." Yeah, it's gonna knock some trees down, guys. A Cat 1 will knock a tree down. Like tree lines. Oh my God, trees will be down. Power lines will be down.
Tree lines. I like it.
Yeah, there's gonna be no major damage. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I hope not. But my main priority is my family, obviously. My second priority is my customers and their rigs, so everything will be safe. What do you got, Yashi Water? Go ahead.
What
Sorry?
did he raise his hand, or were you just trying to
Oh,
let
I don't know. I
someone
thought
else
he was
talk?
trying to talk. I thought he was trying to talk.
Well, just to inform everybody who's in here, there's also a community member right now who's in the hospital. And if you guys want to
Yeah.
post a get well in my section, or it's up to Hawk. I'm sure you won't mind either. You could post in his section. If you guys want to post a get well for Crypto Duck is in the hospital right now in a medically induced coma. So
Yeah, he's in bad shape, guys.
he has an infection near his brain right now, so it's not looking good. If you guys want to post a get well, like even a little short video or anything, you don't even have to show your face. You could just have it be a blank screen or whatever. You could put it on me, or you could even email me or whatever. We're trying to get
or if you guys, sorry, King, I'm gonna cut you off and make it easy too. If you guys are in the Misfit Mining Discord, you can post them on my channel, King's channel. You can post it in, I believe, who else? I just posted it in me and King's, and I'll tell Crypto Tito is organizing it with Chump Change, so they'll see the videos. We'll make sure they get them if you guys want to do something. But yeah, he is in a medically induced coma. Guys, Ducky's been in bad shape for a while. We're hoping he's gonna pull through. Very nice guy, very smart guy. We wish him the
100%.
best. So, he's
I was just talking to him like 2 days ago, talking fishing stories. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He means well. So, he's definitely a good member. He was before he was admitted into the hospital, he was actually working on cracking my Nioxa wallet. He was getting headway too, so come on, Ducky, pull through, man. I need you. Just kidding, guys. But he'll be okay, guys. Prayers for Ducky. He'll be good. So that's all. It's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He was having issues when we had the meetup in Connecticut too. And then he was telling me about it, and then Tito kind of dropped it on us today. So, but
we're gonna try and get the videos and everything together before Friday. And because I think Chump's putting everything together to make like one big video. So if you guys want to participate or something like that, or any of the other YouTubers out here, you guys can hit up Chump or whatever. Anybody else, if you guys want, just you guys hit up me or Hawk or anything you guys.
We'll probably I'm gonna talk to Tito. Guys, we might do a like a fundraiser type of thing. I'm gonna talk to Tito and see if she can find out what Ducky's insurance situation is. If he's in a bad position with insurance, guys, then we might do a fund, get everything together. Don't super chat in this channel because it takes us weeks to get this kind of money out of here. Just no offense, sorry, King. Just don't super chat in the channels, even if it's on my channel. Let me talk to Tito, guys. I'll find out, and then what we'll do is we'll probably put like maybe a wallet together or maybe a GoFundMe or something, and we'll let everybody know. But appreciate New England Crypto for the $5 super chat. Much love to Ducky. #quack. Yep. #quack, man.
Quack.
He'll be all right, man. I think he'll be all right. He pulled through the first time. He'll pull through again. The chemically induced coma, I believe, is to help prevent issues, King. I believe that's what they said. Yeah. So,
it's just to calm the body down.
Yeah, calm them down, stop any infections or anything. So, we'll organize it, guys. Just give us a little bit because I'm sure they're gonna need a little bit of help there. King, you have a request for turning your mic up a little bit.
Yeah, I've been having mic problems for the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Trail Roamer, aka Mom. Thank you for trolling me on my stream about my microphone problems.
That's your mom?
Yes, it is. Trail Roamer is my mom.
Hey!
Are you really? Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
She's over at the is it Wayne State University, going for her master's degree.
Cool.
So
congratulations.
Right on, Mom.
So
good for you.
Nice.
I almost didn't get that right, I think so. She would have been disappointed.
My mom can't even turn on a television, let alone get on YouTube. So
oh yeah, no. Yeah,
That's
she
cool.
yeah.
Hey, that's cool to have your mom on stream, man. Come on now.
That should be our next
That is
guest.
so sweet.
We should do
Yes.
that. She should be our next guest on
Yeah.
Terahash Tuesday.
Oh,
So,
okay,
what do you
alright.
think when you raised him? What did you think led to this decision?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you try to get me to get my mom on here, we're bringing your mom on next.
Oh,
all
I
right?
think we should raise a
You don't want to
fundraiser
bring
on
my
that
mom, dude.
as
Yeah,
well.
we're bringing your mom on if you're bringing mine.
We'll
My
pay
mom
her.
is
We'll pay her.
ruthless. My mom's ruthless. She goes, I don't understand this stupid. Oh,
I'm kidding.
there you go. I'm not gonna understand this stupid shit. What are you guys doing here? I got time. I got things to do. Oh
man.
God, good times. Good times.
Well,
94 people
I would
watching.
imagine you're. Sorry.
No, 94 people watching, only 58 likes. Guys, hit the like button. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Hit the like
I would-
button.
I would imagine that your
Please.
mom is very well versed in crypto, Mining King.
She watches to support me, but she has been learning, and I know eventually she wants to do her own rig. So
Oh,
Nice.
I will of course help her with that. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she's been watching and she's been learning about it. But my mom is also one of those people who's a very conservative. How should I put this? When it comes to like with their money, very conservative. Like no risk at all.
Frugal?
Like
Mhm.
if you're like talking stocks and there's like a 50% chance that you could like get $100,000 or a 50% chance you're gonna lose it, she's like, I'm not interested. I'd rather have my guaranteed 2% for the rest of my life. She's
Right.
she's that kind of investor. She just
Yeah, but you know what, though? That's also a generational thing, man. Like,
yeah.
they grew up on different times. Not that they're much older than we are, but different times, like my mom, dude, like I can't even try to explain what crypto is. Like she gets it, but like she doesn't like, she's invested in it at my advice. You know what I mean? But other than that, like outside of that, like, what we're talking about, she never understands. So kudos to your mom for at least getting on YouTube. Mine has
No,
trouble unlocking her
and
iPhone.
actually, she watches most of everybody in Misfit Mining and Red Panda, and she watches and she keeps track of everybody. She's like in the scene.
Oh wow,
She actually probably participates more than Yashnik.
that is like the coolest mom ever. Thanks, Mining King.
So I
love you, Mom.
couple trolls I have to throw in there while you're live with me.
No, I really like your mom.
All right, not like that, okay?
No, not like that.
So if you're the
Enough for your
mining king, what would mom's name be?
The I don't know, like Pockets, like the wife of it. She'd be the mom of the miner. I don't know.
The mom of a miner?
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Mass Boo says, "Come on, it's not generational." I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, I guess it just depends. Queen Regent, the Traveler's Travel says, Queen Regent. That's right.
If
Queen.
there-
That's a Game of
Yeah.
Thrones reference. I think if everybody watches Game of Thrones.
We've been streaming for about almost an hour, so we got maybe 10 more minutes. If you guys got some last minute questions for our special guest, Yashnik.
Ready. I'm ready.
He's
While you
ready.
guys are waiting, is anybody watching in the chat? I'm gonna go on a tangent here. Is
Uh-oh.
anybody watching
I better mute
House of
Hawk.
the Dragon?
Yes,
Is
I
anybody
am. I
watching
watch them all.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yashnik, you just went up a notch in my book, and that's notch 1. So congratulations. You know what I mean?
What's your question?
No, I just what's going on with Rhaenyra, dude? Like,
I don't know.
what happened? Like, I thought it was the other guy. I thought she had kids with the other guy.
Hold on. Wait. I did not watch the last episode.
Hold on. We have a question from RPM to Panda, or from Panda to Yashnik.
Just downloaded it this morning.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's asking you a question. Yashnik, have you been drinking at all during this live stream?
Yes, I've had 3 beers.
Oh.
It wasn't like the time Yashnik was drunk and he told us he loved all of us.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a good time. He just kept repeating it like Yashnik. And then Panda got so frustrated. He's like, Yashnik, I know. We know.
Yeah, but I was doing it on. I was doing that on purpose because he was doing that.
Panda got so frustrated.
No, he
He's
didn't.
like, yeah, he did.
That's the thing. No, he didn't.
He's like, oh my God, Yashnik, shut up.
No, I do it on purpose.
Oh my God.
That's
No,
how it is.
I'm not going to give any spoilers by House of the Dragons, guys, but it is a really good show. If you were into Game of Thrones, it's really, really good. You guys should watch it. It's awesome.
It's
awesome
really
show.
different. It's really different.
But it carries the same, like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you like, it carries the same thing. Like, they really did well with it. They really do well with it. So
Tell me, is it
Hold on.
the last
Hold on.
episode of the
We're
season?
We're putting a stop to the dragon. No more dragon talk.
Oh, okay.
All right.
no, it's not.
Question from the crowd.
ABMNS Productions doesn't like Game of Thrones. Duly noted, brother. Thank you. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
We all have them.
Patrick Murphy wants to know, how many times have you seen or hung out with Pan Pan? Since you guys are both
Is that it?
Canadian.
Never, not once, and never, ever, ever will.
Wow. There's some
I'm kidding.
really
I'm kidding.
This is total tension going on.
Actually,
here.
I mean, he can say what he wants, but I mean, a couple of years ago, I was supposed to go to Vancouver, and COVID hit. I'm still trying to go to Vancouver. It's been 3 years. This year was because of work, too many projects, couldn't make it. So I'm hoping next summer that I'll make my way out west again, and maybe we can meet up. It's been a while. I love Pan. He knows it.
You're just
hey, Yashnik, what do you pay for power where you're at? Because I know what Panda pays.
Right.
That's funny when you say that. I know what Panda's paying. What do you pay over there per kilowatt?
It's a 3-tier system we have.
Oh, it's
throughout
awful.
24 hours. Yeah. So the cheapest is 8.5 cents from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. From 7 in the morning to 5, or no. There's a cutoff period where it's half that, and then there's the high cost, which is like 17.5.
Wow.
Canadian.
Right.
So
yeah.
So on average, let's say on a 24-hour, right? On average, it's like, I don't know, 13 Canadian.
Right.
So that's like 3 cents American? I mean,
shut up.
8 cents American, 8 cents Canadian is like 5
9.
American.
I think it's around 9 or 10.
okay.
Yeah, everybody, energy prices are only going to rise, right? So it's, I think a lot of people are concerning themselves now, like, okay, the next bull run will come, right? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just, when is it going to happen, right? And in the meantime, like, how high is energy going to go during that time that there's during the, you know what I'm saying? Because the prices always go up. So I wonder what the percentage will be increase as compared to the last bull run to the next one. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be interesting to see, because now, like, Europe is in disarray with energy prices. I mean, they're going to triple. There's some people in Europe. What?
Did you hear about the pipelines?
Yeah, I did. So one of my friends that lives in near one of the Baltic one of the Baltic states, he told me he's paying $1.25 per kilowatt. Can you listen to what I just said? $1.25 per kilowatt. That's insane.
Let's start mining right now.
Yeah, right. Like,
let's do it.
Like, here,
yeah, no. What I'm talking about is there these 2 pipelines, the Nord pipelines.
Yeah. So supposedly there was a malfunction, but they did announce today that I was watching this on Son of a Tech's channel this morning that it's possible sabotage. We don't want to,
No, of course not. But I mean, it's bad.
What's really concerning is that a lot of these Europeans, they use that energy for warmth. You know what I'm saying? So that's an issue, and people aren't going to be able to afford the energy if they can't get enough energy there at the same time. And I think, listen, man, like, I'm not for war. I'm not for any of that. But what Russia is doing in this whole issue in that region, man, is really starting to, like, it's going to start advertently affecting people in the European countries. And I hope nobody gets hurt or seriously ill or dies because they didn't have warmth. And guys, if you ever been to Europe, Northern Europe gets insanely cold, like insanely cold. Like, so I hope they get enough energy for what they need, man, because it's gonna be a rough winter up there, man. Like, forget crypto and mining, man. People need energy just to survive up there, and it's gonna be brutal. So, TPS Miner says, Hawk Crypto, what do you think is a bigger risk to crypto, electric costs for mining or government regulation? Here's my take on it. And Yashnik, you can answer this secondly when I'm done. I like for you to answer this too.
What about me?
Think that you're king. You're the host. All right, King, you go 3. So here's the thing. This is how I think it's going to work. If they can't get government regulation, they're going to hit the energy companies hard, right? It's going to be one or the other. Just my opinion. If the government regulation comes, then the energy prices will probably remain close to the same. If the government fails to regulate, which they probably will, they're going to go, okay, we'll just cut them off at the source, and they'll go regulate, and they'll go further regulate an already regulated industry in most countries. So, S. Chang says the EU is already in good shape. The only uncertainty is how long their storage will last. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how much energy they have. Yashnik, what do you think about that? What do you think is a bigger risk to crypto, energy costs or government regulation?
Energy costs or government regulations? I don't think we're going to see any of that.
Really? You don't think we're going to see any rise in energy costs around the world at all?
Oh, 100%. But it won't have nothing to do with crypto or anything like that. Like, we're going to see some things that we're not wanting to see, and it's going to get bad. I'm sorry to say.
Okay, guys, let me know in the chat what you think. What's the biggest risk right now to crypto? Is it going to be energy prices? Is it going to be government regulation? Or is it going to be a little bit of both? King, why don't you put a poll up there if you can, my brother? Let's see what everybody thinks about that. What do you think, King? I want to know what the mining king thinks.
No, you don't, because you didn't even think about me to ask the question to. So, you know what? So screw you, Hawk.
I'm sorry. I was catering to our guest.
It's all right. What
we're seeing today is going to change a lot of things. Okay, we already just touched based on it, and it's going to. We don't see what it's going to see. You're going to see it in a few days.
What's the question you want me to ask, Hawk?
The question is, what do you think? You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the hurricane alert.
What do you think will affect crypto more, energy or I'll just say
government regulation, right?
Yeah.
4J. I can't say it out loud, but that's funny.
The worst thing is they're both going to maybe on both sides attack at the same time, right?
I mean, listen, I think they can, man. Like, honestly speaking, I don't know, man. Like, Patrick Murphy saying his energy bills are up 64%. Like, that's a lot, dude. Like, like here where I am in Florida, the energy is affected by gas prices. Like, the majority of our energy comes from that. So it's crazy, man. Listen, if they want to stop mining, all they have to do is raise the energy. I mean, think about this for a second, right? Even during the bull run, okay? Let's say you paid 10 cents, and let's say they increased it 50% to 15 cents. A lot of people would turn off because for some people, that's like their barrier. You know what I'm saying? Depending on, obviously, the algorithm and how much you're running, all they got to do is increase the prices so high to where it becomes unreasonable to mine. I mean, it is a fear. You know what I mean? And they're going to control. They're going to control some part of it. King, you forgot to put both in that poll, but that's okay.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
It's all right. So, Patrick Murphy says that's the real Floridian standard ringtone. Yeah, that's the hurricane alert. What did it say? S. Chang says, Hawk Crypto Mining, fat chance because you're penalizing 98% of people who don't mine. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. But It's vicarious. It's vicarious liability. When one messes up, they punish everybody. That's how it is with government. They don't single each person. They'll say, okay, there's a lot of miners in this community. We're going to raise the prices. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to piss off the people who aren't mining, like you said, and that's only going to get them to rebel and lobby against miners. There's a whole thing behind it. So they're going to raise the rates, right? Let's just say this is their game plan, right? This is hypothetical, guys. We're not going to say this is actually going to happen. But let's say it did happen. They raise the rates. They shut the mining community down on top of getting all the people that don't mine around them pissed off at them. And then it creates an issue. And then they can say, well, this is what the people want. And then they can do whatever they want legislatively. That's what could happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're all going into a recession.
Thank you,
Felipe
Palma. I'm super horrible with names. Sorry about that.
That's Felipe Palma. Thanks for the $10,000, the 10,000 CLP. He's a customer of mine. I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you.
And he says government through electricity price. It could be that.
S. Chang, I agree with you when it comes to live, but these are things that we should come together as a community with and prepare for. Prepare the legal defense, prepare to fight against it, politically and publicly and all that stuff. Like, it's going to take us speaking up, guys. It's going to take that. You know what I mean? It's just what it's going to take.
Is this when you're announcing your presidency run here?
Yeah, no, man.
Well,
joking aside, Mining King, I mean, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but when you have an attack on pipelines like we did today, or yesterday, today, whatever, nobody knows what's going to happen with that. We're going to know in the next few days. That's an attack on the energy consumption of the world. So it's bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that. It's going to affect us all.
It's crazy because here in the United States, in Canada, Mexico, we have it. There's enough. We can frack here and make enough oil for ourselves to be energy independent. And I'm not going to get any political discussions, but the current administration is against that. And I understand the environmental concerns. I get it. But we can be energy independent here, and our gas prices on all three countries, okay, on our continent could be a lot cheaper. But because of our administration, they decide they want to buy foreign, and that's where the problem is. And we have this abundance of oil here on this side of the world. It's just it's crazy to me. But hey, what do I know? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's crazy. But now we're gonna need to help the Europeans, and it's gonna be a huge dent.
Right, right. We already foot the bill for NATO. We pay all the debt for the European countries. Like, now we got to foot another bill to bail them out, which I'm all for. If people are cold and there's all that, I don't mind my tax dollars going to help people if that's where it's really going. You know what I mean? I don't mind that at all. I think the majority of people don't mind. But, however, with that being said, we can be energy independent on this side of the planet, and we're refusing not to because not enough people are speaking up out against what's going on. Too many people just don't want to get involved, and they want to ignore it because they think they're both the same and whatever. I think we all gotta speak up. So,
all right. So to close the poll, it's 52% government, 39% energy, and 9% is neither. So interesting.
That's interesting.
Everybody thinks it's going to be the government. I mean, that's kind of what it is most of the time, anyways. So.
Well, I mean, look what they did with Ethereum.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right there. That goes to show you why that poll is at 52%. They said the SEC said now because the validators are in the United States that they have jurisdiction over it now. Come on, man. Like that's a big deal. Like that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And everybody's kind of just downplaying it. That's a big problem to have, where the government can walk in and say, okay, well, we have jurisdiction over this now. We can tax everybody. I'm telling you right now, the minute that you can withdraw your staked ETH, it's gone. ETH will go under 1,000. That's not financial advice. That's just what I think. ETH will be completely obliterated. The only thing keeping them alive right now is the staked ETH. The transactions are down 80%. 80% on the network. They're done after the withdrawal. They're done after the withdrawal. Let me know what you guys think, please. I'd love to know.
This must be the Hawk Financial Advice channel.
No, not financial advice channel.
Yeah. What do you think?
just-
What do you think, Yashnik? We'll let Yashnik talk, and then I gotta head out myself, so I got some stuff to do at home.
I mean, we're living it. Don't be sorry. I mean, it is what it is. We're in interesting times.
Do you think that once ETH, because everybody's staked Ethereum right now, is locked in indefinitely until they do the EIP to let them unstake their locked ETH, right? Do you think it's
when's that coming into effect?
Supposed to be soon.
I thought it was supposed
Nobody
to be
knows?
I thought it was the next EIP is what it was, as what I heard. I don't watch it anymore. I don't
I mean,
care
do
anymore.
they know themselves or?
Let me see here. I think I don't want to say exactly because I did read it. Hold on. Let me see, because there was talk about the removal for the staked ETH. I don't know. I have to look it up. I did hear it. I just don't remember where I heard it or where I read it. But it is coming. But it has to. They have to be able to let people take out their staked ETH, whether it's sooner or later. It's gonna happen. And when the transactions are down 80% and people move their ETH out of ETH to something else, it's all
I
over.
agree. I mean,
It's all over. It'll be regulated by the validators. Will be regulated by the SEC. It's done. ETH's in the tank. It's in the shitter. It's all over. I'm sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. You should they should have never went to proof of stake. It was the biggest mistake they made as a network. They're all happy right now because they're all like, oh, we saved. You didn't save anything. You failed. Your network sucks now. It's all over. It's all over. And I am bitter because there's a lot of companies that are built on that network, okay, that are going to lose a lot of money. And that's what people are not understanding. Goes way above anything else. There's going to be tons of people who lose money because they completely just shot themselves in the foot, figuratively speaking. So,
yeah, essentially a lot of ERC20 tokens, projects on ERC20 are feeling the heat.
It's all done. It's over. ETH will plummet. It's just done, dude. They messed up so bad. I knew they wanted to be proof of stake. I get it. That was in their white paper when they started, but they became so big and so reliant on, the way that the system was. They could have made the current system more efficient, and they chose to go the other route. And when this fails, and it will fail, guys, when it does, it's not only going to be bad for them and the people that have their companies built on their network, it's going to be bad for crypto in general. So what are you going to do?
We're already getting hit with that. Yep.
Well, I mean, even worse when it starts making headlines. That's when it's going to suck. That's when it's really going to come down, because then they're going to use that and they're going to say the people don't want this, and Congress and all this. They're going to push for regulation, and
they went down the rabbit hole.
That's it, dude. It's over. Like it's all over, man. It's all over. It's done. ETH is going to die, and it's gonna die a very, very slow death. I guarantee it's probably gonna go under $1,000 either this year.
Don't say that. You need to tell me it's gonna pump. I'm holding my ETH on for hopium because I haven't moved it away yet. Because I'm like,
listen, we all thought it was gonna pump. We all thought it was gonna pump because all the staked ETH and all the burns that were happening. And what happened? Nothing. It's going down. It's going down. And in the minute that you can withdraw your staked ETH, like I said a million times, I'm gonna say one more time. It'll be over. Mass liquidations will happen. People are bro. The people who stake their ETH now, are they winning or are they losing? Like, what are they getting back? Are they down? I mean, people are probably can't wait to withdraw it. I mean, just look what happened in 2008 after the market crash. Okay, heavy government regulation came in. When you crash a market and people lose billions of dollars, the government will come in and add red tape. That's what they do.
Yeah, and then
That's
there's going
what
to be
they do.
lawsuits.
There's going to be lawsuits all over the place. Vitalik
Oh, yeah.
Buterin will go from the savior of the environment to probably the most hated man in the world.
No, he's just going to beam up
Like,
his spaceship and he's be gone. That's all.
he's going to be like Do Kwon. Like, he's going to be just like that. Yeah, he's going to beam up in his spaceship and go back to Mars where he's from.
Oh my
Eat
God.
his boogers on the way.
Oh man, we're going off on the hog tangent here. All right.
Hey, listen, but I'm right though. I'm right, and that's just what
I
it is.
totally
And nobody
agree.
wants to talk about it.
I
like-
totally agree.
It's just like nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody's like, oh yeah, government, yeah,
Don't kill my ETH.
this, the environment and all this BS. It's just, I just feel better because it's my safe space. Get out of here. Like, that's not business. Just it's awful. It's just awful. I'm done. Go ahead. And listen, this was not a bad rant. I was very polite. I didn't tell anybody that what they should get done. I'm all good to go, guys. I love you. I'm turning over a new tree. Forget the leaf. I'm turning over a new tree.
Oh man. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Yashnik, taking time out of your very important day to come hang out with us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Come on, man. I had to spice up this interview. Come on. What I do?
No, I mean, it's not, it is what it is. I mean, I agree with you, Hawk. And I think majority of us probably agree. The mining community is not stupid. They know what's going on. Hopefully they read up. I think the majority would understand. But yeah, there's going to be people stuck in a bind, and that sucks. That really does suck. And it's up to everyone has their own choice and mentality, but whatever. But let's just keep it fun as much as we can. GPU mining still alive. There's projects still on these proof of work networks. Support it. Get to know it. And you never know. These are turbulent times on many fronts, right? And
Everybody's
we've been there
so bitter,
before.
too.
Did
you realize that?
Yeah, I know it is bitter because of ETH. ETH is the major player, and now we're stuck with what we have. But there could be the next ETH, and
well, I like it, but that's just because I'm a flux junkie. So
you're a flux junkie, and
So
there's different ways of supporting networks and all that. It's still fun to me.
Yeah, but
listen, I love Flux. I think Flux is going to be an awesome project. Guys, we have to go because the Mining King's got something to do. Yashnik, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, even though sometimes,
And
you give
also,
us
just before we end off,
water.
if you guys want to remember the Crypto Duck, if you guys want to
So what, you want some Yashi water or what?
either
No, I don't want any Yashi water.
either send it, either you can post in my Discord or Hawk's Discord, a get well thing for Ducky. We'll make sure to pass it along.
Yep.
So anyways, thanks guys for hanging out. Remember, next Tuesday is going to be on Hawk's channel. So thank you, Yashnik. Thank you, Hawk. And we'll see you next time, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.